All right, once again, here we are. This is not a Wing It Wednesday. This is a Saturday. I don't know what rhymes with Saturday or sounds good with alliteration with Saturday, but it's a situation Saturday, I guess, something like that. What that's the situation is it's Saturday. So my name is David. This is my brother Ray, and we are.
Preachers from the bleachers.
That's right. We're here every week. Try to be here every week. We've had some weeks off here and there. I'm in the middle of a move, but we're here
It's
every week.
Christmas.
It's
It's
Christmas.
Christmas. It's the
We've had some
holiday season.
holidays. And my move is going on. I got an empty apartment here, which you might be able to tell from the echo. I just moved into, got a lot of unpacking to do. But again, we're here. Please join us every week. We're here on YouTube. We're also on anchor.fm/preachers from the bleachers, which also propagates out to Spotify.
Spotify. Spotify.
Thank you. And forward this to anyone you think might be interested. We'd like to have a few more people listening to the show always. And if you got any comments or any of that kind of stuff, leave us some comments. We'll respond. If you got any questions, what we think of this or that, well, we're just a couple of dudes, man. We'll talk about it, whatever. So with no further ado, let's go to the hot hand. And we want to talk about NBA. Lots going on in the NBA. It's getting started this week. By the way, we still need 4 people for our fantasy league if we're going to do that. So if you know anybody, get them in. So I haven't put too much effort into that because of the move and all that kind of stuff. And I think we can get 4 people in the next couple of days. No worries. So Harden trade talks, man. James Harden says, I want to go. Because they traded Westbrook, got rid of him. Now James Harden wants to go. And he gave him his list. He said, I'll go to these teams here. And my thought was, you don't have a no trade clause. So bleep your list. I don't care who you want to go to. I'll trade you to Orlando. I'll trade you to London Tower, their London minor league basketball. I don't care if they got a draft pick over in London, whatever. Your list means nothing to me.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, but the Houston Rockets did this.
Yeah.
I mean, like you and I discuss all the time how much power and influence the star player should have. And where I think that they should have a lot, I think you should also have enough sense to use your power wisely, right? Like, I don't care how much power you got, you still have to use it wisely and responsibly. And he has not. Like, the GM ain't there. He over there with Philly, right? At every point and every step of the way, James was consulted, and now they're not consulting you no more. So now you want to be a little girl and be like, well, I don't want to be here no more. We got rid. They gave you Chris Paul. They took away Chris Paul. They gave you Russell. They took away Russell. Like,
they gave you Clint Capella.
They gave you Clint Capella. You took away Clint. They gave you Dwight Howard. They took away Dwight Howard. At some point the problem becomes you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're if the denominator is still you, then you might be the issue. People already believe that your style of basketball was the issue, right? And so now, your attitude about having to say so and not having to say so, where you want to go, and your style of play, it might be time to be quiet and just play damn basketball.
Yep. And they already got John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, and they look pretty good in a couple of the preseason games so far. So I wouldn't be worried about.
Has there ever been 2 people who come back from injury that look this good so far? I mean, it's early. It's real early. It ain't even in the infancy stage. But they look good coming from the end. They don't. I think John Wall looks like John Wall. I think DeMarcus Cousins doesn't quite look like DeMarcus Cousins, but I don't know if that's injury or age.
But he looks good. Still looks good.
He doesn't look like the DeMarcus that's going to score 20, but he does look like he can score 14 and 8 for you.
Yeah, I think he might be able to do a little bit better than that, actually, especially if Harden's not there.
He playing the West.
Yeah.
Playing the West. So where you going to trade Harden to?
I trade him to the South Louisiana Swamp Dragons, man. F you and your trade list. I don't know, man. I mean,
they opened it up already.
You're right. They did.
Houston already said, "Hey, man, look, we heard you. We ain't complying to the list." But you mentioned Orlando as a joke, but I think it'd be nice if Aaron Gordon went out there.
That will look good on Houston. Actually, if they get rid of Harden, I might actually not hate Houston Rockets so much. So I wouldn't actually mind them so much. But yeah, Orlando. I think Aaron Gordon. I thought he'd get traded last year.
I don't even care about what happened to James Harden. I just look at Aaron Gordon just being wasted in Orlando. You know what I mean? Like it would probably actually I do care a little about Orlando because I like Cole. So it would probably suck for Cole to have Harden go out there and just suck up all the life and all the shots. But I look at Aaron Gordon playing next to DeMarcus Cousins. It could, with John Wall running the point, they could almost compete in the West for an AC.
You know what? What about the Knicks?
Well, everybody want to go to New York, not. but
even so, that would be even better. So fu James Harden. But
are the Knicks ready to give up all they got to get them?
Well, what do they have now? They got Obi Toppin
and Barrett,
RJ Barrett,
and whatever picks you got. But it's gonna start there.
Yeah.
Houston is already saying it's gonna take a star level player. You ain't getting back no MVP. That's the whole reason why you ain't going to Philadelphia and you're not going to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So, Brooklyn is out. We could just stop with that because, first of all, Brooklyn would have to give up. Brooklyn is deep right now because they took two people who used to be starters and put them on the bench because we had to input Durant. And so now they're deep. So Philadelphia has hinted, or there's rumors saying that they'd be willing to trade Ben Simmons. But if have John Wall, I'm not sure how the hell that works.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like Ben is willing to play off the ball, but he's not good enough shooter to play off. So I don't know how that works.
What about Toronto?
Who is Toronto giving them?
Anunoby. Who else they got up there? Who's that guy?
Name the
Pascal Siakam.
I'm trying to see if Toronto would do it. Excuse me, Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Raptors.
Yeah, that's right.
the Tampa Bay Raptors.
Are they playing the whole season there or just part of it?
They have to play the whole season there. Yeah. Canada say no sports over here.
Yeah.
So they got to play the whole season in Tampa. And that's fine. I don't know why the hell they went to Tampa, though. Maybe because of weather.
I don't know. Maybe there's just a direct flight from Toronto to Tampa. I don't know.
I don't know. That just makes no sense to me. It's got to be. First of all, there are cities all over America that was willing to take them, but to me, I would have probably went to Kansas City.
I can dig that. Or San Diego.
San Diego. If it was about weather, then no doubt you go to San Diego. But I don't think you can play. It's contact sports you can't do in California. So maybe they just say, hey, we're not messing with Cali because y'all already can't do contact sports. It might be a matter of time, but y'all can't do no sports at all.
I'd like to see something in like a Wyoming or a Boise or a Montana or something like that. I don't know if there's not going to be crowds anyway. So what is the number?
I was just about to say, if there's no crowds, that might work.
Yeah.
Just, but I don't know how it helps. I don't see. That sounds difficult to me from travel arrangements. You know what I mean? Like, what airport they flying into? You know what I mean? Like
Billings, Montana. They got airports up there, man.
They do. They do. But we talking about flying into the city. I'm sure there's a lot of reasons they picked. I'm sure that travel is one, weather is one.
That whole part of the country is a professional sports desert.
No, they got Utah, baby.
Utah. Nothing Wyoming or Idaho or Nebraska or.
Oh, what you talking about? Nebraska? They got the Bulls. Yeah. No. I'm not. First of all, I'm half serious. And the only reason why I even say it that way is because the Cubs fan base stretch all the way to Nebraska. The Cubs fan base go all the way through Iowa and like halfway into Nebraska. So I'm just going to assume that they get all the Chicago sports like that. Well, maybe not the White Sox, but definitely the Cubs. And I'm assuming they get, You know what I mean? Like I only know this because I dated a girl from Nebraska. Yeah, I mean, she was like, "Oh yeah, we get the Cubs games." I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Cubs games, Bulls games," and she was like, "Depending, it could be um, Kansas City games for football or Bears
Mhm.
games." She's like,
All
"It
right.
just depends."
Well, that's
On
it. I say we trade Harden to Omaha, Nebraska.
straight him to Omaha, Nebraska, man. But I think Orlando would be great for. I mean, or Aaron Gordon would be great for Houston. But I don't really have no other trades. I hope he go though. I hope he go today in the next minute because this is some unfair crap to Steven Silas. I
Yeah.
get the job. I think I'm coming in to coach these set of players, and next thing I know, y'all changed the whole. I mean, like instantly. You know what I mean? Like I would if this was Steven Silas' second job, he would have to go in there and say, "Hey man, I'm gonna need an extra 3 years on this deal." Cause y'all screwed the pooch, told me this was the squad I'm gonna have, and now I come in
Yeah.
with the squad.
And
So
Westbrook's gone and Harden's gone.
I mean, for me not to have one, all right, but now I ain't gonna have neither. And you know what I mean? I may like John Wall, but I took the job under one premise.
Yeah.
Now it's under the you. It's his first time as a head coach, so he ain't in a position to do that. He just got to make it do what it do. You know what I mean? But if I'm him, I would behind closed doors telling them get him the hell out. I mean, I'd even go as far as say, hey, y'all get him out. I promise you 40 wins in a 72 season. We
Listen,
40 and 32 without him.
if if they trade him, they're going to get some quality back. I mean, you can't trade him and not get quality back. You're not just going to get a bag of picks.
They need to get
So if you start off with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins and one other quality player, and you got their role players, you're in pretty good shape. So I guess I'm not too bad if I'm Silas.
well, you talking about quality players, dude. They got Christian Wood.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get Aaron Gordon instead of Christian Wood, what do you? I mean,
I would at this point I would play Christian Wood over Aaron Gordon. I would try to play them both, but I don't think neither one. Yeah, dude. Just look at look at last season.
all
I
right,
oh, I'm just gonna say this over the whole career. Aaron Gordon's career is much better than Christian Wood, but Christian Wood been balling for about 2 years, man. I mean, like it. I mean, the if Christian Wood had went to a name brand school instead of UNLV, he'd have been a top 10 pick. So he just had to get in the league and then show what he got. But the dude can ball. Like I mean, we just disrespecting him based on his pedigree, but he's in the league and showed that he could ball. Like
I'm not disrespecting him at all. I think he's a good player. I just
I think he is right now. He has more tools than Aaron Gordon.
all right. I'll take a look at it this year and
You
see what
gotta
I.
take a look at. You gotta take a look at his
All right.
handle. Take a look at his jump shot. Got a better jump shot than Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon is still playing on pure athleticism.
He's got some moves. He's got some polish to him. But all right, I'll take a look at it. That's what I said.
And then let's add in the bang for the buck. we used to it's a salary cap in the NBA. Like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like the whole reason why I even mentioned Aaron Gordon because his money might be closer. Might be closer to Harden's money, but that's 40 million. But Aaron Gordon probably make at least 20, 25 million, and Christian Wood does not. So
That's true.
when you do you want to you got a salary cap. That's the reason why I'm bringing this up. We, you want to give somebody 15 million and 16 points, or you want to spend 25 million to get 18 points. Like
Yeah.
that matters.
I'm laughing about this because I think we had this discussion 2 weeks ago, but you were on the opposite side of that when I said you can get this guy for less. Who does this? But
I might have liked that guy.
you're like on this side today, you're on that side last week.
I mean, ultimately, that's what it comes down to. If you see him make this decision, do you like this guy more than that guy? Like, let's be honest.
It's always
No,
a factor. I agree.
hell yeah, it's a factor. I gotta put you out in front of the people. I promise you right now, nobody in their right mind will trade for fucking Kyrie Irving.
Probably. That dude's nuts.
Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody. I mean, like Kyrie Irving and Derrick Rose. Well, Kyrie Irving is way better right now. Way, way better. Let me see. Derek averaged 18 last year, only makes $2 million. You know what? Derek's been quiet his whole career. Let me get Derek.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to deal with that nonsense, man.
So if let me ask you this, just because we're talking about Kyrie Irving, and we've gone way off track, and that's fine because this is fun. All right. So if you want to listen to a podcast of the two biggest nutbags in the NBA, just talk stupid theory stuff, like the world is flat and crap like that. It's Kyrie Irving and who else? Is there somebody else in the NBA that would just?
I don't know. It probably would be me, but because I mean, like I would say about 75%. No, I ain't even say that. Probably 90% of what Kyrie says, I can roll with it. It's just that some of it don't need to be said. Your timing of when you say it also matters. You know what I mean? Like you don't make Kyrie play checkers way too much. He got to learn how to play chess. You don't make moves. The best moves are moved in silent. Like when I'm trying to play chess, if I'm playing you in chess, I'm trying to set this up 2-3 moves down, but you ain't aware of it. And Kyrie just come out and bam, just hit you in the face with it. And you're like, what? Huh? Like, what does that have to do with anything, Kyrie? Like what's that? You can say whatever you want, Kyrie. I'm with you most of the time. It's just out of context and out of place. And that's a lot to deal with if you a GM of a team, you an owner of a team. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to tell players to shut up. I'm just saying, can you be more clear when you deliver your message?
Fair enough. I don't want to listen to him, though. All right. Your boy Giannis got a max contract, so he's not going anywhere for now. Were you one of the ones that was hoping he was going to LA? I talked to somebody. I can't remember if it was you or not.
You and I talked about him going to LA, but you was shaking your head. You was like, that's just ridiculous. But I thought he was going to Miami. And at this point, I still don't know that he ain't going to Miami.
Who knows?
The question is, you giving up Tyler Hero to do it. So well, you gonna get that's the start because you ain't giving up Bam. But if you have to, I probably wouldn't do it. If I'm Miami, I'm not gonna give up Bam and Tyler Hero. I gotta find another player. Can't give you Tyler. If I give you Tyler and Duncan Robinson, then I defeat the purpose of having Giannis, because that's what Giannis needs. If you put Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson next to Giannis right now, which is what Giannis tried to do with Bogdanovich, and it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, if he got Chris Middleton, you give him one real knockdown 3-point shooter, and he coming down the lane, you have to now pick your poison. I'm gonna give up this hard slam dunk 2 points to Giannis, possible 3-point play, or leave 2 deadly shooters on the outside. So if Miami is the destination, and I still say he's leaving, it ain't going to be in the next 2 years. Year 3 of this contract, which technically would be year 2 because he's still playing.
Right.
So year 2 of the new contract, 3 years from today, Giannis will be playing in Miami. It's just a matter of who Miami giving up. Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, and whatever first round picks you got. He's not staying in Milwaukee. This is just temporary.
You know what they say? Denial ain't just a river in Egypt.
The man wasn't tearing it down. $228 million. $228 million is $228 million for if you somebody that already got Dave, he's still on his rookie deal, is he not? This ain't.
No, I don't. But maybe not. I don't know how long he's been in the league.
This ain't year 5 yet. This is year 5. Excuse me.
All right.
That's the whole point of what. Yes, Dave. It's just year 5.
Man, what you gonna do with $228 million in Milwaukee? You can't spend $228 million. You
gotta go to Miami so you can buy a yacht. You gotta go. You gotta get you one of them big yachts.
Because drinks at a club in Miami are freaking ridiculous.
$75. You got to go to Miami to spend that money. I just heard Carnival Cruise sold 2 cruise ships. He could have bought one. You know what I mean? Look, they could have bought one and just play games out on the cruise ship. Think we had that conversation before.
Yeah.
Like, the new arena is out here on the water. Come on,
Yeah.
dog. Got no coronavirus out here.
Carnival Arena, that's what they call
it. Yeah. That's why you gotta go to Miami, man. You can't spend, man, there ain't enough cheese and sausage you can buy out there in damn Wisconsin with that amount of money. Like,
it.
and then I heard this, man. I just like, first thing he did after getting his contract was go to the baby store. Like, damn, he ain't even that's all you can do. Like, went to the baby store to get his kid something. What? I guess you can start buying stuff for the kid.
Well, they got Oshkosh in Wisconsin, man. So Oshkosh, my gosh, is kids' clothes and all that. He can buy a bunch of that.
Dave,
he can buy the company.
Dave, that's for people like you and I. We go to Oshkosh. His baby wear Gucci. What is he talking about? He wears, the Yves Saint Laurent. He ain't wearing none of that. No Oshkosh, bro. That's for people who make 100, 200,000, 50,000. That man got $228 million. His baby don't wear no damn Oshkosh. He might shit in an Oshkosh diaper. like, come on, dog. $228 million. That's where you spend the money at, Dave.
He got Rolex diapers.
His baby ain't even got teeth, and he got a grill already. I'm just saying.
All right. Go Giannis. I think Giannis stays.
Wait, I got one more. You know what he does?
What's he done?
He paid his brother, hey, let me give you $1 million so I can look at your championship ring because I ain't got one. Who, by the way, is looking good. He ain't looking Giannis good, but he looking
the one that played for Dallas?
Lakers. Yes, the one that did play for Dallas.
He went to the Lakers.
Yes. He's starting to look better. Lakers got extremely deep in one season. Their players they had on, Antetokounmpo got better. The dude that I thought was I called it what's the LeBron's agent? Paul. I thought they drafted this dude because Paul was the agent. It turns out this dude can ball. I did not see it coming. Horton, he's got a hyphenated name. Can't think of the other hyphen, the other side of the hyphen. But this dude can ball. Like, this dude can ball. There was some NBA vet that was in the G League, like he had played in the NBA a few years, and he told dude, he said, I have no idea why you in the G League. Like that. And now he's showing it. Sometimes we don't all develop at the same place. Christian Wood. So but this dude can ball, man. The Lakers are 10 deep right now. Like, I don't see, if I'm coaching this squad, I can't think. What's the white brother on the squad that was balding?
Oh, Caruso.
Man, Caruso skipped his sister's wedding to get a championship. I'm glad it worked out. He can't even play for me right now. That's how people. That's how
it's easy when you got Anthony Davis and LeBron and any top level free agent that's available is like, well, shit, I might as well just go to the Lakers. Well, I can get a championship out of that.
It's top level. It's the concept of, we already done it. They already won the championship without me.
Yeah, right. So it's gonna be easy to get a second one.
Do nothing but help. But KCP, all of a sudden, I watched preseason game last night. I'm like, you didn't come in the league with that jumper. Like, like, he can hit a three consistent. Is he a knock that he ain't Bogdanovich or Kyle Korver in his prime? He ain't like, but he can knock it down consistently. Mm-hmm. And then put Wes Matthews on this team along with Montrez. I'm not talking about his three, but just energy and just all out balling,
rebounding.
And then Kuz's still on the squad. Kuz's gonna do what Kuz do. We hope that it get better. Where does Caruso play now? I ain't even mentioned Dennis Schroeder. Where does Caruso play now?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In another city, that's where.
In another city. You know what I mean? Like, you might have to package him for a Harden deal. I'm just kidding.
James Harden ain't playing with LeBron James. I can't see it.
So you say he can't. I know we way off topic, but he could play with LeBron only because Chris Paul's biggest problem with Harden was he wouldn't move. Whenever Chris had the ball, Harden would just camp out. He would not. I mean, you did. I mean, if you see him right now, you'll go watch any game. He very seldom cuts. Very these. I mean, like I ain't saying he don't, but
Unless he has the ball in his hands.
watch Russ without the ball. Watch Chris Paul. Chris Paul ain't no damn two guard in no way, shape, form, and fashion. But once he give up the ball, he moves. You know what I mean? Like excuse me, James Harden just camps out. So he would be perfect for LeBron. Just stay in the corner, man. I get it to you. Hope it don't happen because right now,
But he won't stay in the corner though. He'll want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
The ball in his hand. But eventually, man, I think while we on it, I don't see how the Lakers don't repeat. The only way they don't repeat is if anybody that played on the Lakers championship outside of Caruso, but I'm talking about LeBron, AD, KCP even, you know what I mean? Kuzma, if they get hurt or injured. Like, yeah. I mean, I know I just said they deep, but they're so tired, Dave. It was just yesterday they became champs. You see what I'm saying? So if they need, boy, you know, I hate when people be like, you know, I'm going to take a rest day for no reason. But in this case, I guess you got a reason. Pandemic is the reason. We just won. I mean, literally, it's December. They just got crowned late October, right? And we talking about 72 games. I feel like the NBA don't do them no favors with 72 games. They should play 62 games at the most, maybe even 55. But 72 games, whew, that's and then just to throw it on top, they got the Olympics in this summer. You know what I mean? So I mean, how
that
LeBron
was supposed to be last summer.
Right. So how LeBron not gonna play in that? You see what I'm saying? So they tired.
Well, you know, being the fantasy player that I am, there was always a correlation with a player's statistics the year after they played through the summer, through Olympics or Pan American games and stuff. Gotcha. So if they played through the summer, you could tell through the next year their stats were going to take a big drop. They weren't going to be as effective, that kind of stuff. So and I mean, they had a big break during the COVID, you know, cancellation and all that kind of stuff, but then they got back on track and played all these games, and you know, they haven't had a break to recuperate just yet. So some of those guys that played a long time are going to have a little bit of a drop off. But when you've got AD and you've got LeBron and you've got some of these other guys coming in, you're still going to be in good shape. Right.
They're in good shape, but I'm saying they shouldn't have them. I would not be playing AD and LeBron for sure 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you
25, 30 minutes a game for now.
Yeah, 28 max.
Yeah.
At least until we get to the end of January.
Mm-hmm.
This first month, we can't really be playing y'all because we're still trying to win it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And, you know, while we on the NBA, I just want to shout out to my Bulls. We ready.
Think so?
We ready
like
for
Patrick?
I like Kobe. Kobe is it's crazy how you can have a good rookie season and then something just when you got it, you got it. You know what I mean? Like some people just have it, but it's he looks different on the court to me. You know what I mean? Just the eyeball test, you're like, he could play last year, but he looks ready to take even another step. But
increased his IQ.
The last is NBA IQ. It ain't the same game. Right, you know, right? It's the principles are the same.
He's got the talent.
It's to keep people from scoring. But the last preseason game, I think it might have been the last one total for them. They played all their draft picks from the last 2-3 years and Zach LaVine. So it was Kobe White, Zach LaVine,
Wendell Carter,
Patrick Williams, Wendell Carter, and Laurie. Like that's what the draft is supposed to do, right? But they looked a little bit better than serviceable. But to me, it's all on Kobe White. Like I'm not saying it's on him. I'm saying he is the person that makes the difference in why they can be an 8 seed in the East as opposed to out of the playoffs. Laurie's still doing what Laurie does. I'm gonna get 4 rebounds and shoot threes. That's what I'm gonna do. Wendell Carter is what we think he is. He's a good defensive center who gonna get you 10 rebounds. He gonna block a shot and a half. You know what I mean? He just honestly, when I see Wendell Carter, all I see is a young Bill Cartwright. You know what I mean? Like I'm finna elbow somebody in the head today, right? and then Kobe doing his thing, Zach doing his thing, and then another dude that just made a jump out of nowhere. I was ready to cut him. We drafted him, thought we had the next Scottie Pippen-ish, Chad Hutchison or whatever. All of a sudden he balling. I'm like, your contract must be up.
Chad Hutchison, the former quarterback of the
yeah, but the black version. But but all of a sudden that dude just started balling. I'm like, his deal must be up. There's no way. Like you don't go from darn near being cut, just being relegated to like he wasn't gonna get another deal nowhere else. Now all of a sudden it's like I gave up on you. Like now you out here trying to like all over the court. So that helps, but that puts all the other cats the same with the Lakers, but on a different level. All the other cats that were starting for us now come off the bench. You see what I'm saying? Where they should be. Like y'all wasn't drafted.
Denzel Valentine.
But Denzel Valentine shouldn't be in the NBA. We ain't about that. I mean, he one of those. Hey, I got a high IQ. That's it. Denzel Valentine should be your third assistant. That's what he is. Your third assistant. But that's all I got on my squad. You know,
ladies and gentlemen, that is your Chicago Bulls breakdown.
The Chicago Bulls breakdown.
Mavs, it's all on Luka. That's it. It's all on Luka. KP needs to show up and get more than 7 rebounds.
I got Luka winning MVP.
You do?
Easy.
Okay.
I say easily, but it shouldn't be out of the blue, dude. Like, I mean, like, I don't think what I'm saying is crazy. The numbers support it.
Well, like we had this discussion before, your team's got to be doing well, or we're going to have this discussion in the future. The team's got to be doing well for you to get the MVP. So we'll see how well the Mavericks do this year.
I know he averaged 20 something, but 27 and 7 are MVP numbers.
It was 29 and 9. I think what he averaged.
Man, I don't think it was that high, but okay, whatever. I'm saying he the MVP. My point is, like 29 and 9, 27 and 7. Those are MVP numbers. He just got to keep doing what he's doing. Like, I told you, Luka, in my opinion, is the best European ever to play in the NBA. He even better than my man Drazen Petrovic.
It's hard to argue with.
That dude cold.
He averaged 28.8 points and 9.4 rebounds and 8.8 assists.
Those were MVP numbers last year.
Yeah, so
he can do less than that.
Yeah.
He can, 2 points less, a rebound less, and an assist less. Still, those are MVP numbers. I got Luka winning it, man. People want to, they want to vote.
You putting that bet in Vegas?
Man, it's probably not a good bet. I'm probably sure that most people got him as a top 3 candidate.
Could be. It's going to be LeBron and Giannis and
Luka. That's it.
Luka.
If you bet, those are probably your favorites.
See what the odds on Steph Curry are.
I don't think he got a chance.
He may not have a chance, but the odds might be, you can bet $1 and win 10. So if he has a great season,
I wouldn't think that. In my mind, that wouldn't be a good bet. That's why
it's called gambling.
He can have. I mean, didn't we just see what did Luka average again and didn't win it? That's what I'm saying. He can have those numbers and still not win it because it's out of 72 games, they're going to be 40 and 32.
What were we, 7th, 8th seed, 7th, 8th seed? One of those two. So, I mean, if we're like the number 2 or 3 seed, then maybe he wins it.
I don't think people see. That's the other thing, man. I don't think people. When you hear Dallas, even though they have a championship, we just don't expect it. You don't expect greatness. You be like, oh, they did pretty good. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the Knicks. When people hear the Knicks, you're still disappointed. Why are you disappointed? It's been 15 years since they were good, but we're still disappointed because when we hear Knicks, we expect greatness, even though we never got greatness. That makes sense. Greatness. Most people still think that they're supposed to be good just because they're in New York. You know how this New York media bias crap works. When you hear Dallas Mavericks, you don't expect greatness. So then when you just do anything remotely great, people just, oh, it's the bomb. And that's how I think Luka wins it. It's the opposite in football. Dallas Cowboys could be 11-5 and people would say it was a bad season.
Yeah, see, it's just people to me that aren't paying attention. I mean, if you hear Mavericks, and I mean, they had a run of like 15 years that was pretty damn good. So, I mean, including a championship, and 1 year with 67 wins. And
we could have a discussion on biases in sports and religion and in the world and how they play out all day long. But that's how people think. Yeah, I mean, like people gonna always think that the Bears have great defense, and one of these days we actually gonna suck on defense, and people are gonna still believe that their defense is great.
Yeah,
the Pittsburgh Steelers always have great defense. You're just it's the steel curtain. Man, the 70s was 30, 40, 50 years ago, but you think defense.
That's for people that aren't paying attention. That's all I'm saying.
Those are people that don't do a podcast with some, you know what I mean? Like they think
play fantasy sports.
Right. This is the reason why I don't go to the sports bar, man, because I hear people say stupid crap like, you know, why did you run that play? Because they thought it would work.
That's a real simple answer.
Yes. Dang it. Why did he get a sack on us? Hey, man, they got 11 millionaires on the other side of the ball trying to stop your 11 millionaires. I mean, and sometimes millionaires over there outplay your millionaires. You ain't even got to think hard about it. Just understand. And I'm really talking to Dallas Cowboy fans right now. Even when they were winning, people would be so angry, Dave. Why do they do this? Why do they do? Hey, man, you're not going to win every play. You're not going to win every game. Like, the other team got people getting paid, too.
Right on. All right. So, moving on. That was Giannis that went way long. Your boy Zion. Let's talk about this, man. Your boy Zion, my boy Zion, had 31.
Oh, boy Zion. It's a new season, Dave.
Oh, no. Don't even jump on this bandwagon next. You said you would have taken Bol in front of him in the draft. You said that. That's on tape.
Well, I still take Bo today. I still looking good. Bo looking good. He crossing people up. I ain't seen Zion cross over nobody. I saw Bo just last night. Crossed over, and he could have just dunked it hard. He just wanted to showboat a little bit and hit it with a fingertip roll from Cottage Grove. Dog, it was cold-blooded. Yeah, I still take Bo.
Not taking Bo.
Overall, it's better than Zion. I was going to be cool with Zion until you brought up my man Bo.
So now y'all know you can't take him seriously if he's saying he'd take Bo in front of Zion.
Bo got a better handle. He has a better... Yeah. Once again, you think I'm lying. His handle is better. He got a better 3-point shot. And because he's 7 foot, he can play at the rim just as good as Zion. Zion is powerful. I was about to tell you how he look a little different outside with his dribbling skill. But if you comparing them to Bo, no, let me get Bo. Let me get Bo, and let me get Michael Porter Jr. before I take Zion.
Don't bring Michael Porter Jr. into it. You stay with Bo. That's fine. You can have Bo. I'll take Zion 10 times a week on over Bo. So, but Zion's looking pretty good in preseason. And you said you think he looks different, but he looks the same to me. It looks all the same. So, I don't know what you're talking about. He looks different. He's doing the same stuff.
Maybe it's the fact that he's playing 30 minutes.
That's what, maybe 7 minutes more than he was playing before? I don't know.
7 minutes is a long time. Ask your girlfriend.
Well, he did the same thing. Wait, what girlfriend? What are you talking about? Do I have a girlfriend? I didn't know. How do you know?
just
but
saying
it doesn't matter. He still looks the same, whether it was 20 minutes or 30 minutes. He still looks like the same player. I mean, he was a little overweight and recovering from injury and stuff last year, but the handles are the same. The decision making is the same. The getting to the hole is the same. Man, it's all the same, and he's going to kick ass this year. And Bo's going to score like 6 points a game. So,
all right, all right. I still take Bobo.
all right, you can have.
Bobo wasn't drafted number 1, and you know this. I don't care what sport you in. When you're drafted number 1, you just get more opportunities. But Bobo is pound for pound, inch for inch, is currently a more skilled player. All right, Dave. I'm gonna start sending you clips. You can send. We'll go clip for clip. Show you all the stuff that Bobo could do that Zion cannot.
Okay, I'll be happy to look at those clips and send you a few back. I can't believe you're serious about this. I just can't.
Baby, he need to get out of there, man. He need to get out of Denver, man. Denver's so deep, the man can't get on the court. Is Bobo better than Jokic? No. So okay, obviously he ain't playing before Jokic.
You've been spending too much time at the dispensaries there in Vegas.
He wouldn't be. He'd be coming off the bench just like Bobo.
Okay. Moving on. Something I thought was kind of sad in the NBA. Vanessa Bryant's mother is suing her for $5 million in a Mercedes SUV. Suing her own daughter because she says that Kobe Bryant said he would take care of her for the rest of her life. Now, she's been living for the last 15 years in a house that the Bryants bought for her somewhere in Long Beach or something like that. So she's been living rent-free, doing nothing. And now the mom is saying, look, I watched your kids. You owe me this much, blah, blah, blah. And Vanessa Bryant says it's like, if you add it all up, what she's asking for is $96 an hour because she says she was working 12 hours a day for 18 years, which she said she might have maybe set my kids a few times. But I think that's sad. Like
it is. Two things come to mind. One is $5 million and a Mercedes. So the $5 million wasn't enough. You needed a Mercedes SUV. Okay, that's the first thing that come to my mind. The second thing that come to my mind is Kobe Bryant is dead, is he not?
He is.
Rest in peace to the Mamba, but Kobe is dead. Kobe Bryant made that promise to you.
Right, the wife was part of that promise, whatever.
Kobe Bryant made that promise. She said it herself. If she should have said Kobe and my daughter Vanessa made this promise, then we'd have a conversation. I can't even have a conversation about this. My man Kobe Bean Bryant is dead.
Yeah.
The man that made that promise to her is no longer with us. I rest his soul. So I ain't holding nobody responsible for that.
Even if Vanessa was part of that promise and she said, yes, we'll take care of you. That lady has probably wanted for nothing in the last 20 years because of who her daughter and her daughter's husband is. So for her to do this now, it's just, man, that's just.
In the immortal words of Drake, you wasn't shooting with me when I was in the gym? Like, how many jump shots did you shoot? Yeah. No, bro. No. This ain't even really a discussion, Dave.
But the thing is, it's her mom, and she probably, whether she was doing this or not, Vanessa would probably still be taking care of her mom. I mean, she's worth what, $600 million now, something like that?
The key word to all of this to me is parent. It's a thankless job.
Yeah.
We don't get nothing from it. For anybody who's a child that might see or hear this podcast, parenthood is a thankless job. You get nothing from it. Maybe your heart gets filled of joy when they do something good. But in terms of financial, if your kid grows up and make Bill Gates money, they are not obligated to give you a damn dime. It's when it comes to money and a lot of other things, but definitely money, being a parent, parenthood is a thankless job. Like, ain't nobody got to give you no pat on. You get pat on the back once a year on Mama's Day or Father's Day. That's it. And
Yeah.
get your pat on the back then, and then that's it. Like, move on.
I just thought that was really crappy. That's just a crappy human being thing to do. So I thought I'd bring that up. But all right, moving on. NFL. So saw this week that Dwayne Haskins is finally getting his chance again in Washington because enough guys got injured he can get back on the field. So we'll see what Dwayne Haskins is going to do and how the Washington football team can progress. You think Haskins is better than
I hate
Alex?
Ron Rivera, so I don't care. I hate dude.
But that's Dwayne Haskins. That's not Ron Rivera.
Who make the call that he get to start?
Well, probably Ron Rivera. Probably who made the call was Alex by getting hurt. Alex Smith by getting hurt. So that said, hey, well, the next guy up is Dwayne Haskins. So Ron Rivera had no choice. But it's still not about this. For Dwayne Haskins is about Dwayne Haskins going out there and being able to show that he can be the starter in Washington. So I think long term, Alex Smith is definitely not your starter, but is it Dwayne Haskins?
Man, he said Dwayne Haskins was the future. He just felt like he couldn't develop him at the time because the NFC East sucked so bad. He thought that I might as well try to win with what you know what I mean. Like, he needed somebody that wasn't gonna make as many mistakes. Right. Because Dwayne, if you got a quarterback and they're young, unless his name is Justin Herbert, you're gonna make mistakes. You see what I'm saying? So he was trying not to have those mistakes. I believe him when he say Haskins is the future. It's just the NFC East sucks. Like,
and you can win now. A couple games make a huge difference.
Yeah, you can be stinking 6-10 and getting in the playoffs, which that's Ron Rivera's specialty. 7-9, I think. Won in Carolina Panthers. His specialty is winning when the rest of the league sucks.
Yeah.
So good for Dwayne Haskins. I hope he does well, but ultimately, I hope Washington Redskins lose every game that Coach Ron coaches.
Yeah. Well, being a Panthers fan, I like Ron Rivera. So, and I thought it was really dumb for them to fire him. But
I'm a Bears fan, and we didn't even try to beat Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. Just in case anybody listening to this wants to know why I hate Ron, I say this probably, I don't know, 1 out of every 5 shows. He didn't call one blitz. I understand it's Peyton Manning, but you can't just sit there and not do nothing. You got to try. Ron Rivera didn't try. And then all of a sudden, maybe he learned from it, but then he get over to Carolina, and now they call him Riverboat Ron. Now you want to gamble. I don't like Coach. Coach Ron can suck a big cucumber as far as I'm concerned.
And I do like Ron because I think he did well in Carolina. All right, so what's your prediction? Who's going to win? Who's going to take the Super Bowl, man? Who's going to?
Kansas City. Why would that change?
I don't know, because I think there was some discussion early on between us about the Ravens, and boy, that went downhill fast.
Man, I thought it was Kansas City and the Ravens at the beginning of the year in the AFC Championship. Ravens ain't even in the playoffs yet, but I just want to tell everybody, don't be fooled by the Browns.
What about the Bills?
First of all, let me go ahead and pat myself on the back, because I told people the whole time that quarterback could play. Like,
I agree with you, man.
It was like, I'm like, dude could play. Oh, he only completed 55% of his passes. And this was in college at Wyoming. And I said, he still threw the ball, and it was -5 in Wyoming. And he threw the ball outside, on target, on time. He could not catch he can't catch it too. You can only throw it when it's hitting your receivers in the radius, in their catch radius. They should catch it. And if you watch any kind of tape, as I sometimes like to do, he did that at Wyoming. But people were saying that, hey, he's he got to work on his accuracy. It had nothing to do with accuracy. It had to do that his receivers didn't catch. So, like, I'm happy for him. I'm also happy for Stephon Diggs. I remember having this argument on the group me app on the Brotherhood chat. that Stephon Diggs is better than Adam Thielen, and nobody agreed. Well, Adam Thielen sucks. He is not Stephon Diggs.
I
He
wouldn't
is
go so
not.
far as to say he sucks. He may not be as good as Stephon.
What's he doing right now?
I have no idea. I haven't tracked him.
Without Dalvin Cook, period. Because right now, the Buffalo Bills ain't got no running game. We thought they had 2 running backs. They ain't got none. So who doing it? It's the quarterback and the wide receiver. That wide receiver's name is Stephon Diggs. What Minnesota doing? Nothing. Not a damn thing.
They got Kirk Cousins, so.
Okay, but when they had Kirk Cousins and Thielen and Diggs, everybody was holding the balls of Thielen, and I kept saying, no, Stephon Diggs is the better receiver on this squad.
I thought they were both good receivers. I wouldn't choose one over the other. I thought they were both pretty good.
I'm just saying, Stephon Diggs was not a number 2 receiver, and they treated him like a number 2. They gave Thielen the money. I'm like, that ain't the guy. And now that Diggs is not there, you're relying really heavily on Dalvin Cook. Without Dalvin Cook, they'd have 2 wins. That's what I'm trying to say. They can't even. You saying Kirk Cousins ain't a good quarterback? He better than most. I take him on my Bears. My point is,
I mean, I like Cousins, but I think Allen's better. Yeah,
he's an average quarterback, and sometimes that's what you got. But you got a running back who's all world right now, and this is what you're producing on offense. Like without Dalvin Cook, you're the damn Bears.
I can see that.
Diggs is the man. I mean, he already had 100 catches already this season. Ain't nobody even close. On Minnesota, anyway.
Yeah. I was just checking some stats real quick. They got, Stephon Diggs is 3rd in the league as far as receiving stats. 1,167 yards. And Thielen is down here at, 760. So he's 400 yards behind.
And you have a running game. Like they should be able to right into the line.
Well,
you should be able to fake that into the line and throw it to Thielen all day long. Kirk Cousins is not you can't say that he's Mitch Trubisky. He's better than Mitch Trubisky.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He should be able to fake.
Here's the thing though, but the Minnesota defense. I'm sorry, not the Minnesota offense is more focused on the run. And you said it yourself, they got 2 running backs doing nothing in Buffalo. So they're more focused on passing and the quarterback actually running. So I'm not saying Diggs is not better than Thielen. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a reason Thielen is not getting as many catches.
I mean, we could blame it on a lot of things, right? There's 11 people on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Dalvin Cook makes it. If he didn't have the, give him David Montgomery from my Bears, he'd have 300 yards receiving. That's what I'm trying to make you understand, that Dalvin Cook is playing at an MVP level. It's the same right now. Tannehill is not this good, Dave. Don't you get confused. Tannehill is what he is because just like Minnesota, we got a running back doing that thing. When you got running backs that are playing at an MVP level, they make your offense look a lot better than what it is. So anytime I fake this, when I fake the ball, everybody got to come up. You have to not respect it, but you have to over respect it. If King Henry and Dalvin Cook is but in the backfield, at that point, all your lanes open up. And if you have Dalvin Cook and all these lanes open up, and all you got is 700 yards at this point with 3 games left, you are not as good as they say you are. You should have 1,000 yards too right now.
No,
should have 100.
Man, I disagree with that. It's like the Minnesota offense is running focused. The Bills offense
because he can't play as well as they think.
It's not. It's because Dalvin Cook is the badass running back that he is.
All right.
What badass running back is on the Bills again? There's not one. If there was, they'd be a lot more focused on that running back.
Not at this point. They may have came into the season that way, but never will they go back now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Minnesota over the last couple of years is they have made it clear that hey, we're going to focus on being a run first team. And we're going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and then we'll pass every once in a while. I
I
mean, they
hear what you, I believe what you saying that you believe, but teams who run the ball the way that you saying that you think that Minnesota does. Remember at the beginning of fantasy season, everybody said because in you're not wrong when you say, "Oh, we're a running team first." And the reason why we know this is people were saying, "Oh, draft a backup, draft a backup, draft their backup." In fantasy football, because Dalvin got to take some plays off because they're going to run the ball. They're just going to run the ball. Hey, backup ain't done shit. He ain't done that thing. So they ain't run intensive as much as you. They started that way, and it looks that way because Dalvin is killing, but they're not the running team you think it is. Look it up. I bet you they closer to 50-50.
hang on, I'm looking up Singletary has 135 rushes. Dalvin Cook has 273. So
Okay.
Zach Moss,
There you go. And don't forget the quarterback.
hang on, Moss. Zach Moss ain't even on the top 50. All right, let's look at Jared Allen. He's not even in the top 50 either.
I
So
said, how many you okay, whatever.
so
We good.
Dalvin Cook has
We
twice as
good.
many.
We good.
I mean, I don't.
Because I asked a simple question and you're like, I asked what's in your left hand, you telling me what's in your right.
What's your
How
question?
like since we're talking about the rushes, tell me about how many I asked you.
That's what I'm looking for.
No, you're not. You're looking at top 50. How many rushes have Buffalo made compared to passes, and how many has Minnesota made compared to passes? I said Minnesota is closer to 50-50 run to pass. You went straight to the Buffalo.
Yeah, that's not the point I was making.
Okay, but that
The
was
point I
point.
was making, if you look at Josh Allen, he's got 93 rushes, and their other running back has 135.
A rush is a rush.
That's still 50 rushes less than Dalvin Cook alone.
Running is running.
So Minnesota is running a lot more
Yeah.
than Buffalo is running.
Of them. How many rushes has Buffalo made and how many has Minnesota made? Period. And then compare how many they made compared to
Minnesota
pass.
is making a lot more rushes than Buffalo.
You gave me Dalvin Cooks. I said
Yeah, him
all of Buffalo.
alone.
All,
He alone.
all of Buffalo.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's
It doesn't matter.
273 is what I'm saying to you. Buffalo is. They're at about 225.
Do you think Buffalo's about 225 a game?
With 225 carries between the quarterback and the two running backs.
Okay.
Still rushing the ball.
Okay. It's still not as much as Minnesota.
It's 50 times less.
It's not 50 times less.
I said they're 225 versus 275.
273. Yeah, okay. So it's 50 times between Allen and Singletary. That doesn't include Moss. So I don't know where Moss is at. I hadn't found him yet. So, but what I'm saying is, I mean, I didn't even look up Alexander Madison. So Minnesota is rushing the ball a lot more than Buffalo.
But he's supposed to have been a bigger factor. But
That's
he ain't.
great. That's fantastic. That's my point, though, is that they're rushing the ball a lot more. So it's taken away.
They're rushing the ball because Thielen ain't good as they say he is.
Not it. It's because Dalvin Cook is as good as they say he is. That's why they're using him. That's why the Cowboys use Zeke that way. That's why they use that other cat that they ran his legs off a few years ago.
We have beat this dead horse. Next.
Yeah, next. You're wrong, man. I don't know how else to say it.
Hey, it's all right. We disagree. Next.
All right. So I was just saying, okay, Bills or Chiefs? You're saying Chiefs come out of the AFC. What's that?
It's not even a question.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I'm down with that. So you got who you come out of NFC? You got Packers, you got Saints. I can't say Rams. I can't say Seahawks.
I'm gonna take the Rams.
Rams?
I
Okay.
just they say defense wins championships, and I know that the New Orleans Saints defense is number one currently, I believe, in the NFC. So it can't be the Packers because their defense isn't. I'm just gonna go with the Rams. I'm just gonna believe in McVay. I think their quarterback sucks. I think their offense is quite boring and bland. It looks very high schoolish to me. I ran the same thing for sixth grade football team. Let's just roll the quarterback out. Let's roll him out to the left. It's smart if it works. It's smart. I mean, Jared Goff got $100 million because they thought he was something. He turns out that he's not that guy. He proved that last year. And McVay said, hey, I will figure out what it is that you do best, and we will do that. And we will do that until somebody make me do something else. But they literally roll left, roll right, and hit the damn tight end. And occasionally they throw it to a wide receiver short. Wide receivers doing work out there in LA. They just catching the ball 3-4 yards, hitting them with a little juke move, boom. Cooper Cup
Well,
and both of them.
and Reynolds and
They
who's the
are
other cat?
they not catching the ball deep. They not catching it over the middle. They're catching it on the numbers and juking one dude and getting 10, 15 yards. McVay is making it work with a quarterback that is not worth $100 million. He just doing it. So I don't know why I see this and other defensive the offensive line must be doing a great job because to me it's very simple and basic. I don't see an NFL offense. I see an offense that works for them. And ain't no defensive player in the league better than Aaron Donald.
Is
So,
he was hurt a few weeks ago? Is he still hurt or no?
ooh,
Aaron Donald.
yeah, he ain't seriously hurt. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in the league. I hate to say that because when he was at Notre Dame, he told the Bears, "Please don't draft me." So I want to hate him, but I can't hate. I can't hate on Aaron Donald because
That's good.
he is that dude, and we had the same body type, but without the muscles. I don't have the muscles, but I'm coming, Aaron. I'm coming. I'm gonna get you, and when I catch you, I'm gonna go after the Rock next. That's my goals.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna smell what the Rock is kicking your ass with. That's what's gonna
That's,
happen there.
I ain't got nothing but time. I ain't nothing but time. I might not hit it until the day before I die, but I'm gonna look real good in that damn casket. But
Uh, no, so no, he doesn't look like he's still hurt. So yeah,
yeah, that's why I
but
say I'm serious.
I don't. Man, I'm hoping it's the Saints that come out. I like the Saints. I like Drew Brees. I like a lot of their guys. Love Alvin Kamara, but man, I think it's going to be the Packers. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Really not a fan. He's a great quarterback.
I
Great
love
quarterback. I
I
can't
hate
argue with that.
Rodgers and love Aaron Rodgers because I hate Brett. Brett Favre to me was just a gunslinger,
He was a
and
gunslinger.
and 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 I'm tired of people talking about how great he is not in the top 10. You can't have the most interceptions and be in the top 10. So every time Aaron Rodgers do well, that buries Brett Favre. So
So I'm kind of the opposite on that. I don't mind the Packers; they're all right, and I just don't like Aaron Rodgers. But I hope it's the Saints, but I think it's going to be the Packers. So we'll see. All
I
right.
got the
So
Rams. I got the Rams. I got the Rams.
all right. So who do you have for MVP? You said Rodgers or Mahomes, even though
If I'm picking the day, I'm gonna take Mahomes.
okay.
It should be. It's if and again, as much as I like Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna go with the Texas boy, and I'm gonna stay with Patrick Mahomes. Um, I mean, I know he threw 3 interceptions, but we looking at the totality of the year. Um, I mean, you can't go wrong if Aaron Rodgers win. What am I say? He didn't deserve it. You mean at this point they should be co MVPs? They have done this before, but um, Kansas City got more games left that might mean something to the other teams, so they might be playing a little. I I don't see eventually, and you know how the media is. We fall in love with people. I say we media fall in love with people, and they just, you know what I mean? Like, as long as Mahomes keeps smiling, you know what I mean? Just, he played a game like he a 10-year-old. You know what I mean? And that's infectious. And like, so people gonna always be drawn to that. You know what I mean? You're just a human, right? So if you're a guy about to vote and you're being objective and these numbers are close, you're just gonna go with the guy that seems more friendly to you. I mean, it is
Uh,
what it is. There's a reason why Barry Bonds, I mean,
Still
even
not
if he
in.
had never done the steroids, he wouldn't have been a first ballot Hall of Famer because people would just because they don't like him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's honestly, that's one of the things I first really, really liked about Luka Doncic is that he looked like he was having fun. I just
I'm just a kid
like a
playing.
10-year-old. That's
Yeah.
right. So, but I think the MVP is going to be Rodgers, and I think at this point it's going to be kind of like them giving him a lifetime achievement award. So, I mean, they're doing really good. He's having a fantastic season.
It's like it ain't like he ain't ever won. He got two of
Well, I think they'll give him a third one.
them.
So we will see. All right. Moving on. Just I was going to say some stuff about NCAA basketball. Just the Gators this week. Florida Gators. Keyonte Johnson collapsed on the floor, and that just he's
Made
doing.
a comeback.
Yeah, he made a comeback. He's in the hospital. They're doing all kinds of tests on him. I don't think they know what's wrong with him yet, but that brought back memories of Hank Gathers. Uh, when he collapsed. What was that? Late '80s, early '90s. When was that?
Or 90s.
Yeah, it was
90s.
for Loyola Marymount. Those guys were killing it. They were scoring like 135 points a game. Him and Bo Kimball.
Mhm.
Uh,
Hank didn't
yeah,
wake up though.
yeah. Hank didn't wake up. He died on the court.
Hank
But
didn't wake up.
so I'm glad this kid Keyonte Johnson. I'm glad that he got they got into the hospital and stabilized him and whatever. But that was a sad day when Hank Gathers. He was scoring like 44 points a game. 44 points a
The
game.
question is, if you're Keyonte Johnson, you're gonna go back and play.
Well, I guess it depends on what the docs tell him was wrong. I mean,
But you just said they don't know.
well, you're right. They don't know. So until they know something, then the answer is no. Because,
If
I
you're
mean,
Keyonte Johnson, you're not gonna go play. You're not gonna go play the game you love.
I'm going to wait till the doctors tell me they know what's wrong.
What if
Otherwise,
what if you're the University of Florida? Do you let him play regardless? Even if the doctors say he good?
hell no. If the doctors say he's good,
Yes.
if the doctors say he's good and he wants to play, then yeah, you're as a University of Florida, you let him play. If the doctors say no and he says I want to play, and University of Florida.
Well, he ain't got to. I mean, he in college. He ain't in pros. Like, he ain't got no weight to push around. But if I'm the University of Florida and the doctors say he can play, I'm going to say that in a press conference 3,000 times. The doctor said he able to play. The doctor said, did I say the doctor said he able to play? I'm gonna make sure y'all know that we put him back on the court because the medical people said he could play.
Therefore, there's no university liability in that.
Ain't no university.
That's right.
Is the doctors at the University of Florida? Possibly, yes. Wherever them doctors at, that still might make the University of Florida culpable of some point, but it's gonna be in the doctor's lap and his malpractice insurance. But I ain't finna, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, but if I'm Keyonte, I'm probably gonna play, man. Like, I mean, it depends on inside each one of us. There's something we love more than our own life. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, for most parents, it's your kid, unless you're Vanessa Bryant's mom, right? but if I love basketball more than I love myself, then yes, I'm gonna go play. Because I mean, there's plenty of people I know that would find, dying playing what I love would be great. It just wouldn't be great for all of us to have to experience it.
Yeah.
Like, it's selfish in a way, but yeah, if I could have died scoring a touchdown and then just collapsed right there, that would have been great.
Yeah.
but for people watching it, it's going to be hard to process because that could be, you know what I mean, every time somebody shoot a jumper, you're going to be thinking, man, this dude died out here. Yeah, man. Remember the referee in Major League Baseball who had the heart attack? He was trying to get off the field. Like, he was I know something is happening to me, but I need to get off this field as quick as possible because this is not something that you want people to think of when they're watching your sport.
Yeah.
You don't ever want them to think. I mean, we cringe every time somebody laying on the ground and they're writhing in pain when we watching football, right? Everybody that's had a knee injury in their life, every time somebody hold their knee, we look away. We can't see it because it still hurts.
Ankles for me, man.
It hurts. So imagine if somebody died doing it. There's some of us, we might not watch it. We might it might take a while to come back to the game. And so it's selfish in a way to think, I love basketball or football or baseball, what it is, more than I love myself. And hitting a home run and crossing home plate, scoring a touchdown, and that would be great for the individual. But as a whole, not so much.
Yeah. So, I hope he gets back to it, man. I hope the doctors figure out what's wrong, and it's not that, it's something that's easily fixable, but we don't know. All right. So moving on to the off season, today we got some all about the Benjamins. That's our segment we do. So it's sort of like the Mount Rushmore of a certain subject, but we do it with dollar amounts, so they're actually ranked. So today we're going to do Christmas movies. Christmas is coming up next week. We got a few days away, and we're going to do Christmas movies. So go ahead, Ray. What you got on your $1 bill?
On my $1 bill, let me pull up my list here because it's probably one of the greatest lists of all time.
The greatest list
of all times. I don't think this can be argued.
All right.
It's a lot of Christmas movie days. I mean, Rudolph. I mean, it's very hard not to put Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on my list, bro. That's a classic.
Hallmark is ridiculous with the Christmas movies.
It's Christmas Day.
Huh?
It's Christmas.
They put out like 40 every year.
The day after Thanksgiving, all the way up to Martin Luther King Day, is the holiday season, and you're allowed to just go crazy with it. And come January 16th, cut it off. Let's skip straight to St. Patrick's Day. I'm skipping over Valentine's for my own personal reasons.
All right.
Enough on my $1 bill. I got Home Alone 2. So it's
not even the first one, but 2.
Yeah. Because Home Alone 1 is the $5 bill. See, it's real easy. It's real easy. The first one is worth more than.
She didn't like that kid, man. She left him home twice.
It's Mother of the Year. on my $10 bill, this real easy day. Bad Santa 2, which automatically tells you. What's so much?
Wait a second, one of those movies?
Bad Santa. Yeah. So I just want to recap that because those are the 4 easiest. My dollar bill, Home Alone 2. My $5 bill, Home Alone. My $10 bill, Bad Santa 2. And my $20 bill, Bad Santa. Now,
Bad Santa 2 is better than Home Alone 2 then.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I mean, how can you not? I mean, we got Bernie Mac and a midget and a cussing Billy Bob Thornton. Hey, bro, you can't get much better than that. You can't get much.
Go ahead.
Now, if you notice, there's a theme to the top 4. We still gonna continue the theme for the $50 and the $100.
See it coming.
It's gonna be Fred Claus at 50.
Oh.
Whatever you was thinking, you were wrong. Fred Claus at 50. Star. Who's the star in that movie? You know?
Fred Claus is Vaughn. Vince Vaughn.
That's in the $100 one is 4 Christmases. My all-time favorite, man. I love 4 Christmases. They can't do no wrong with that. It's the perfect. Every time I watch it, the first time I watched it, it was very hard to continue because had it been me and my relatives see me talking about, oh, I thought you was like, I don't even care if you see me on the news. I tell you, I'm helping little children. I'm helping little children. Click. Like I'd have waited for my plane, man. Like I ain't finna come back just because you saw me on the news. Close your eyes. Nobody tell you be looking at the TV anyway. But after that part,
you should just believe my lie, just right away.
If I said it, that's what I meant, and that's what it is. So I would on my trip had I been Vince Vaughn and with a little pie faced girl. I always forget her name, but anyway, but is 4 Christmases is by far my $100 bill and my all-time favorite Christmas movie. I stopped watching it. I don't care what I'm doing. If it comes on, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to burn the steak because I ain't going to get up. I got to finish the whole movie before I can finish.
All right, then. All right. So on my $1 bill is Chevy Chase and Christmas Vacation,
Good one.
the Clark Griswold Christmas movie. On my $5 bill is Bill Murray in Scrooged.
That's a good one, too. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So on my $10 bill is one. I don't know if you actually really changed your list or not, but I got Die Hard.
I didn't change my list. I should have. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie if it just happens around Christmas time.
It is a Christmas. They're at a Christmas party in the building. It's a Christmas movie.
All right. All right. Long Kiss Goodnight should be on your list too. It's a better movie than Die Hard.
Oh, I don't know about that. I like Long Kiss Goodnight, but I don't know if it's better than Die Hard.
Yeah, Gina Davis is a better actor than Bruce Willis.
I'm not going to argue with you there. Not going to argue with that at all. Bruce Willis is not a great actor. He's very entertaining, but there's a lot of actors out there that are really entertaining and really crappy actors. Was it Adam Sandler comes to mind? Very entertaining, but he's a horrible actor.
Hey, Adam almost won Best Supporting Actor for Spanglish. He showed that he got skill.
Yeah, most of his movies, he's a terrible actor.
No. 99.99999. Yeah. It's just Sandler doing Saturday Night Live skits extrapolated over an hour and a half instead of 10 minutes. But Spanglish showed he could do some.
He was also very good in Punch Drunk Love. And there's that's a pretty good one too. He's done a couple of good movies every once in a while, and I wish he'd do more, but mostly he's a terrible actor. So, but anyway, on my $20 bill is a Charlie Brown Christmas. It's classic. You can't beat it. You got that little tree. That's terrible. And
you still watch Charlie Brown. I can't get past the graphics. It's 2020. I got to see. That
was like 1960s, man. You got to forgive that.
It says hard. Remake it. Even the Rudolph claymation still looks better to me than that.
Charlie Brown, it's classic. Then on the $50 bill, man, this should be on everybody's list. Christmas Story.
I hate Christmas stories.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Come on.
Yeah, I hate it. Absolutely. Miracle 34th Street. Hate that one too.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Everybody should love Christmas Story. And then on my $100 bill is Love Actually. I don't know if you've seen that. You probably haven't even seen that.
Yeah,
It's one of those typical British movies. You got a bunch of different stories.
Yeah, I try not to watch British movies unless it's porn. No.
I watch anything British. You know me, man. So, I used to live in England, so I watch anything British. But that's my list. Love Actually. I know a lot of people that have Love Actually at the top of their list. So my
Preacher's Wife should have made my list. Rudolph should have made my list. So it was quite a few that it was very hard. The one that was probably the hardest is Elf. Should have made the list, but my ex-wife loves it, so that automatically makes it not on the list.
All right. So what you got for You Suck, man?
For You Suck, I got my job, man. They just playing with my PTO and my money. It just make you want to do something. Boy, I literally almost went postal. Like if I had been thank God I work from home. Had I been in the office, somebody would have got knocked. I'd had to debo somebody up in this mother. Man. So I shout out to my job. You suck.
All right. I hope they don't see this.
They already know.
All right. For me, You Suck. I got furniture stores. So I've been talking about it all this time. I moved into this new apartment here. I went to get a couch. I found one couch that I really like. It sits up high. It's because I'm a little bit taller. I'm 6'3". It's firm, so it's good for my back. The armrests and all that kind of stuff are high. So I found one place, and they're like, "Oh no, that'll be 4 to 8 weeks for delivery." And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!"
It's Christmas time.
It doesn't matter. 4 to 8 weeks. So I went to probably 10 or 12 other furniture stores to look for something that I could find like that, that was tall and had high armrests and was firm and would fit in my space. I couldn't find anything. So I had to go back to that store and buy that couch. And my delivery date for that is in February.
Why didn't you start with? You should have started with the phone. Like you should have. Why take 10 trips? Just you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying a couch. What's your delivery time?" Like you could have saved so much time.
No, because I mean they got like 1,000 couches, man. You don't know which. This is the
But
couch
the
that I want,
delivery time is what's
but it's
stopping.
not the same on all couches. Maybe they got this one in stock. Maybe they don't have that one.
Work with me. Hold on.
All
I'm
right.
saying call the one place. If they say they got a delivery time of 2 weeks, say, all right, I'll come in and check out and see what couches you got. But if you to call all 9 of them and they told you it's 4 to 8 weeks, you'd be like, I might as well stay with the couch I got. I was trying to prevent you from bouncing the
Well,
store to store.
one, I don't have a couch, so
You
I'm
do.
not going to stay with the
Just
one I got.
you hadn't bought it yet.
Well,
That's what I'm
what I'm saying is the stores don't have the same delivery times on their own stuff. Like they might actually have this one in stock and not have that one in stock. And this is
that's
takes,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Then
it's
let
not
me let me help you, Dave. Furniture stores, you suck. Let me help you. What you
thank you
mean?
very much.
What you mean? How am I, if I come in here and if I see it, they better all be the same.
That's what I don't understand, man. Like you got people moving into new places all the time. They're going to come get a couch. They want that like tomorrow. Can you deliver that why in the hell wouldn't you have this stuff in stock? I mean, I know a furniture store is very big and you got laid out, but you got a massive warehouse like 3 miles from here. Why
Did you
is it
go?
not in stock there?
Did you go to Nebraska?
I
Nebraska
did go
Furniture
to
Store?
Nebraska Furniture, and they had tons of couches,
I
tons,
ain't, I haven't even been in there,
but
dude.
they didn't have one I like.
That is a city.
It is. It's massive.
That is a
If
city.
if you want to go next week when you get here, come on,
It's
we'll
like
go.
isn't it like 4 football fields worth of
It's
crap? It's
massive.
bigger than that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's stadium big.
I could not find a couch there that was like the one that fit me perfect. I couldn't find it. So I had to go back and say, okay, 4 to 8 weeks. I hope you can do better. I hope it comes in mid-January instead of freaking
March.
February. Yeah, but it's going to fit my space. It's going to be a perfect thing to sit on for me. So, my requirement was I want something I can take a nap on, something that sits up higher because I'm a little bit taller and I don't want to have to crawl out of a couch. And man, that was the best one I found. So, furniture stores, you suck. Most specifically, Ashley Furniture Store.
Oh, you should have told me, Dave. I would have already told you. Ashley is a woo. The only people worse than Ashley is cons, and I learned that from you.
Oh yes,
There's some con furniture right over here right now. I we ain't
cons
gonna even go there.
definitely suck.
We ain't even gonna go there.
Yeah.
Days dialogue. What you got?
Nothing, man. I'm loving this new apartment. I got this view out this window right here. I'm looking at many, many acres of trees and woods, and beyond that, I can see through the trees because the leaves are all down, and there's like a lake out there on the other side of it. And man, I tell you what, I'm gonna have some breakfast out there, like every day, or dinner, or something. I'm just gonna be standing outside looking at the trees and watching the birds and squirrels and stuff
Right
flit
on.
around. So, man, I'm loving this. I think you're
Mhm.
gonna like it when you get here this week, and you and the boys will enjoy
Are
it.
you,
We'll get some chairs. I need to sit out on the
are
porch.
you upstairs or downstairs?
I'm on the third floor, but I got an elevator. I wasn't moving into a third floor apartment. That was my ankle and knee. I wasn't moving into a third floor apartment without an elevator.
Boy, that's good. I'm like, sheesh, boy. When I'm on the gym and I'm doing stairmasters, I'd be like, why the stairs are the devil. That's what it is. All right. For Ray's rumination, all I got is Merry New Year. That's
Merry
it,
New
man.
Year.
That's it, man. It's the happy holiday season. I do recognize that the holiday is not happy for all, but whoever you are, whatever it is, try to not just the holidays, but I mean, we got to find some happiness, especially amongst this pandemic. The pandemic has taught us at least one thing is that We really and truly all the same because the pandemic don't give a damn if you rich, poor, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese. And hell, it's a few aliens that got the damn corona. So like man, so happy holidays really and truly to everybody. And it just try to make it happier and we can get through this pandemic together.
Amen. Amen. So do your thing.
Man, the thing to end the show, I always forget that usually I'm a lot more prepared than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay though. We got plans for next week.
Send me your schedule again. I mean, I guess you're going to pick up the boys, right?
I'm gonna pick them up when I get there New Year's night, and I actually gotta check a bag because I got putting their presents in a bag. It was cheaper. No, New Year's night, New Year's Eve,
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. I'm still saying New Year's.
Like New Year's night. That's like that's a week later, and you told me.
I get there Christmas Eve, and so it's after 11, and I gotta wait on bag. So 30 minutes after that.
All right.
All right. So I'll see you next week. And
Right
that's the show. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and hit like. And if you don't like it, go ahead and subscribe and hit like anyway. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. We just really appreciate you listening to us talk about our life and sports and our life through sports on the internet or your radio or your Bluetooth speakers. We don't do it to be attention seekers. We just two brothers talking about sports, better known to you as
Preachers from the bleachers.
Peace.
Peace, man. See you next week.
Yes, sir.